It's amazing how much stuff is okay with when the left does it. All the politicians are multimillionaires after 1 or 2 terms.
Yeah. Welcome back, Patriots. You know, when you follow the news or when you're an activist and look at what's going on, it's real hard. It's a battle. It's a psychological battle not to become cynical to the point where you lose hope. And unfortunately, I can't help you out here. We've got a few people here that work within the government. And it's unfortunate that it seems the people I find that work closest to law enforcement in the government, talk to other prosecutors and investigators, people work for the Inspector General's office, that have the most cynicism. They really have little faith in the fact that, you know, this swamp is going to get drained or that we'll actually see any justice. And of course the question comes up to us then, how long are we going to take that? Because there's only 2 other options besides seeing some justice through the system. One is we take it into our own hands, which is a revolution, which Thomas Jefferson said we should have about every 20 years. The other is that we're just going to bend over and take it. I hope that last option isn't the one we take. And I pray that the first option to see some justice come out. But the question is, how much longer can we wait? At any rate, if you like what I'm doing out there, because the streets don't lie, and I'm not going to lie to you. So if you like what I'm doing, support me. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Resubscribe. Share these videos so we can keep the subscriptions up, because you know they knock them off. And I desperately need your support. Subscribestar.com. Badass Uncle Sam. Do the search and become a patron. I need some patrons. If you're a regular follower and you're watching me on a regular basis, $5 a month is not a lot to contribute. So please do. If you can do more, that'd be excellent. All right, with that being said, let's get to the streets. God bless you and pray for me. And what capacity?
I did a lot of paperwork.
Get out of jail free card.
Yeah, it's good for any crime in the world. It's from Hillary Clinton. Well, the problem is you got to identify yourself as Hillary. So got too much class to do that. You can give it to a liberal. They got no shame. It started out today. Family comes up, lady starts showing me pictures of her with Donald Trump in the White House and the staff.
Yeah.
I go, wow, who are you? She goes, I'm running Donald Trump's re-election campaign out of Washington, D.C. Oh, wow. Nice. She gave me about 10-minute interviews. I don't think they see any problems along the way. Joe Biden sure doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, there's no problem with his son getting all kinds of money from China.
Ukraine. I was just reading, Secret Empires by Schweitzer, and it's all in here about, their connections with the Ukraine and China, and That's amazing. I mean, why aren't they already indicted for crime? The guy's running for president. He should be indicted.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's amazing how much stuff is okay with when the left does it.
Yeah.
All the politicians are multimillionaires after 1 or 2 terms.
Yeah. Do you think the worm's turning though? Do you think?
Yeah,
I mean, we got Barr in, and he is going to release the documentation.
yeah, but whether they can do anything with it's a problem. Is look how much. I mean, look at the Hillary Clinton email scandal. There's no reason she shouldn't be in prison for all that stuff.
Again, that was when the swamp was really deep. I mean, the swamp's been kind of drained a little bit. You know, like I said, Barr is in there now. He's got Durham on the case. So
yeah, but they're gonna stonewall everything. There's nothing. You got all the liberal judges that Obama appointed that are fighting everything. So every time Trump tries to do stuff, they just, oh, you can't do that. And then he has to fight in court, and then people forget about stuff, and people all the crimes.
But if it goes to, I mean, if investigations start and it goes to the AG, and it should, I mean, if he hands out indictments, the judges really can't do anything about that, can they?
No, hopefully not. But
I understand your cynicism.
So far,
I mean, after all, you were in city government. I guess you know,
I'm
but
cynical about the whole process.
I understand that. I mean, a lot of people are. But
Because if somebody else would have done it, 100th of what Hillary's done, they would have been in prison for life.
You know, that over and over again. But
and everybody that's in her campaign.
Yeah.
Everybody that's in her campaign did underhanded, dirty shit that was against the law, and none of them went to prison. When they did the investigation, they handed out immunity like candy, and nobody even had to testify. They handed out immunity with no testifying. They took computers. They did a limited search, and then they actually the government destroyed the computers for Hillary.
I know.
That shit doesn't happen.
Right?
It doesn't happen in criminal investigations. It doesn't happen.
I know.
Yet the FBI did all kinds of shit.
Yeah, I know.
It's ridiculous.
We know that. So my next question is this. All right, let's say the shit just keeps on coming, and it keeps on piling up. How long are we going to take it? When do we get to the point where we get a 1 million-man armed march in Washington? When's that point?
I tell you, if Trump doesn't get elected in 2020, things is just going to go back to the way they were and get worse. And the Democrats,
but do you think the good people of this country are going to stand for that?
They're just going to push everyone. They control the media. They control education.
No, they're not even. One, nobody's watching these assholes anymore.
But you look at what they're teaching in college and high school,
and the kids aren't listening. They're rebelling against it.
You got a lot of the kids that are listening.
Yeah, but the ones that are pencil neck, skinny jean nitwits, and they don't arm themselves. They don't know how to fight. They don't know how to argue. But I've been talking to a lot of students out here that know what the hell's going on. And they just keep their mouths shut and they keep their heads down and they go.
You're getting people coming up to your booth.
True, I know that.
You have all this.
I know, I track them. I understand that, but I ask them too, what is the atmosphere? How many other kids are like in this fight club that you're in?
Well, you go to, a lot of the colleges, you can't even have a conservative speaker. They're banning him, and the student unions are rising up and protesting, and they can't even have events because they're getting.
But what I'm saying is that's starting to work against them, because I'm even running into liberals now that are going, that's a bridge too far.
Well, I'm hoping.
Infanticide is a bridge too far. The censorship is a bridge too far.
Yeah, hopefully that's the case.
I'm running into it, because I do run into liberals out here, and I'll ask them, excuse me, but how do you lean? They go, well, we're Democratic. All right, then can you please? I used to be a Democrat. I used to be Northeastern, liberal, blue collar. I says, but they left me.
Yeah.
They went, you said, how can you defend the Green New Deal?
Well, they did polls in, 51 or 52% of people are favorable for socialism. How the hell does that happen in America?
I don't even believe the polls anymore. I don't believe.
Well, look at the polls before the election, but still, if you got that many people indoctrinated that socialism is okay, how far are we away from just being a total shithole country?
I understand, but as I said, I don't believe that is the case here. Because you ask a lot of these idiots, and I do. I ask a lot of these idiots if they tell me the socialism, define it.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Oh, but it's democratic socialism. It's different. It's not like all the other socialisms that have failed before. It's democratic.
They'll vote before they starve you to death.
You just don't understand it.
Yeah, right.
That's the ridiculous
I know.
shit that they're coming up with. It's scary that anybody is in favor of socialism. Especially after, we have like the most recent example, Venezuela. Venezuela was the fourth richest country, and now they're...
I talked to 4 Venezuelans yesterday.
Nah. I gotta get going. My wife's gonna get pissed.
Brother, man.
I'm not supposed to talk politics with people.
Hey there, brother man.
Good, how are you?
All right. Not from Oakland, are you?
What was that?
You from Oakland?
Oh, hell no. From Virginia.
Just go by the hat, brother. Just
No,
go
I
by
know. I liked the pirate symbol when I was a kid.
I got you.
Yeah, well, actually, I quit following football as soon as they started taking a knee.
Amen to that.
Yeah, I just...
They ruin everything, don't they? They ruin
do.
sports.
They're ruining it.
They've ruined sex. They've ruined everything. Comedy. They've ruined everything.
You know?
Good working,
I'm a
man.
deplorable. But I love it.
Yeah, indeed.
Actually, the liberal attitude is, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Because I had Trump sign, with the Republican committee, all that good stuff. Had Trump sign in front of my office, all that good stuff. He was like, I can't hire you because you're a Trump supporter. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Now the economy's booming.
Yeah. If the economy stays strong, we're looking at landslide like never before.
Yes.
So I hope you're right.
I hope so. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Because God knows we got a long way to go.
Shit, I clean up 8 years of freaking...
8 years? How about maybe 50 years? But...
I start with just erasing the last 8.
Yeah, I know, brother. Yeah, well, here's a get-out-of-jail-free card from Hillary Clinton. It's good for any crime in the world. And if you'd like to support my efforts, on the back I got a YouTube channel. You can see a lot of the interviews I have. You can also get these designs and apparel. They come with a trigger-back guarantee. If you do not trigger a liberal, you will get your money back. All right, brother. So as a former prosecutor, do you think we're going to see anything concrete coming out of the Barr and Durham investigations? Or don't know?
Probably not.
You don't think so? People have kind of a cynical view, I find that,
Prosecutors are particularly cynical.
Yeah. Well, things when you look at like with the Gussie Smollett thing and, what happened there, people go, what? Then you see this thing getting away with everything, and people go, oh, what? But that's what kind of put him in, is, people are tired of their two-tier justice system. That pressure building up. Now, I did speak to this is right after Donald, maybe 6-7 months after he was elected. A couple of people that were veteran in the IG department, Inspector General's office. And I asked them, I said, do you think we'll see this? And the first, no. They were immediately no. All we ever do now is embarrass them. Nobody ever gets actually prosecuted. They're just embarrassed. But again, I don't know how much the people are going to take. Because again, it's on the surface. We do see it now. As I say, you got elected mainly because you're one of those reasons.
Yeah, because I wouldn't vote for her.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. That was my only other choice,
But do you think...
where I'm from, if you were going to get disbarred and you didn't go to the classes, so you lost your law license voluntarily, you wouldn't do anything. You'd be all over the papers. But no, you can run for president.
Well, again, this is the frustration.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, you know, obviously the people in the system are super frustrated because you've been in it long enough to become cynical enough to see, you know. But I think that frustration's seeping out to the general public as a whole, too. And they're getting very, very frustrated. And, of course, when, you know, in history, I mean, when it builds up, I mean, when it starts spreading out, starts building up, eventually the pressure cooker pops. So I don't know. If Barr doesn't come out and actually do something, will the pressure cooker pop? Or will the people sit back and just go, that's the way it goes?
Hard to tell.
I hope not, because I think, you know, well, of course, I would like to see some actual justice come through the system. That would be the best thing. And, of course, you know, the next best thing is that it falls to the people and we have that revolution. Messy, horrible, bloody, but it's, you know, it would need to be done. The worst thing is us to just sit back and take it. And just go, oh, that's the way things go. Let it keep on going. Because that way is going to lead us down a real dark path. So you have no hope at all? No. Even a little smidgy, little.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got a little bit. We'll see. I won't hold my breath, but we'll see.
Oh, God. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I don't know how much time, you know, it's like Trump said release the documents, what, a month ago? And, you know, how long does it take to redact them and release them? So we're still waiting on that. So a lot of times I feel like it's a carrot on the stick, you know, kind of a thing. They just keep on they placate us long enough to, you know, it keeps on waiting. It's like waiting for Godot, you know, we just keep on waiting. Being stuck in Casablanca and we wait, and we wait, and we wait, you know. But again, how long is it going to happen? How long are we going to give Barr and Durham before they actually come out with something? Because all we hear is, I mean, we see the evidence. I mean, my cat's hairball could prosecute some of these people for the evidence that's already been exposed, which she's admitted to.
Right, exactly.
And again, that's where the frustration is. I don't know. I'm thinking if we don't see something by the end of the summer. But then, you know, they could be timing it with the election cycle.
Right.
True.
You know, because you know how they play the politics.
Right.
And they could say, well, for maximum effect and really do them damage, let's, you know, wait until the election cycle starts gearing up, and then we go, boom, we start, you know, putting them on the defensive that way. Anything, something.
I don't hold my breath for that either, but yeah.
Oh, come on, we got him in. He got in against all odds.
Yeah, that's true.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, considering what was against him, I mean, the media, the deep state.
They already claimed victory.
Yeah. So, I mean, considering the massive amounts that were against him, get in. Hell, you could drive to Florida, Idaho, and not cross a blue county. That's saying something. And I just spoke to a guy today that him and his wife are from Minnesota, and they worked on his election campaign there. And they say they see more momentum now this time around, where Minnesota might actually go red. So, and then I'm running into a lot of liberals now that, you know, because the left is going to say far left, that they're going, well, no, they may not vote for him, but they can't go to infanticide and open borders and, you know, all the voting felons voting from jail. You know, what?
Yeah, right.
So they're seeing this, you know, the far left agenda, the Cortezes and the, you know, the Omars, and they're going, we can't do that.
Yeah.
But giving me any hope at all.
Sure. All right. Well, nice chatting.
All right. here's a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton for you, which I know you'll appreciate.
Wow.
So that's it. I don't know. I'm trying to infuse what I can out there in the way of a positive emotion. Boy, I tell you, it ain't easy. Well, let's hope that we see something soon, because if we don't see something soon come out of Auburn Durham, I'm going to start really getting mad. I'm going to join the cynicism crowd. All right, God bless you. See you on the streets. Do pray for me out there. Thank you.